changed out the sconces that were in this area, and we put in smaller sconces that didn't hit the ceiling like the last ones did. And look at what I did with the choice of sconce selection. I chose something that had a branch on it. That I thought was a really cool way to tie in the sculpture on the top floor. Up in this area, the sconces are even taller because we have so much space to work with. Look at this. This is like the parent version of the baby version below. We've got a kitchen, living room, a library of sorts, a lounge, and an office. But it didn't start off that way. This was just awkward. Right about here and here were these like wooden pillars that came up to soffits that sort of grew from the ceiling from different locations. And what they did is they made you feel like you had this long hallway and nothing was together. Other than this one little drop right here, we were able to get rid of everything. And in my opinion, that has just opened up this floor completely. It's a whole new home. Here was an issue for me. I did not like the fact that this was a 6'8" door, while all the other doors in the house were 8 foot. So when I looked at this wall, I saw this knotty pine elevator door that just looked out of place. So here's what I did. I wood paneled the entire wall and ghost coated the door to be the same stain. Wow, I'm kind of thinking that's a nice feature to have in a home, especially when it's time to bring up groceries. Hello. I did my favorite furniture layout, and that is to have 4 chairs that face each other. What that does is so conversational. I created this coffee table / ottoman. So you have this really comfortable place to put your feet like an ottoman, but in the center, it's a hard, solid table, so you can serve things there. We also have like drum tables kind of, only they're more creative and cool looking. And those are perfect to place your glass of wine and your coffee cup. I wanted to store things throughout the house in a convenient way. This is what I call my conversation cabinet. But look at this. I got a her side and a his side. Now watch this. When you were in the service. So let's just talk about when you were a beauty queen. And then on the bottom, they actually both have their own trophies. Our clients decided that they'd like to have a home office. Got rid of all the uppers and the lowers and that big old countertop. And now we have a lovely home office for Mrs. Client. If I were her, I could go from writing bills, mostly paying checks to Robeson Design, of course, to going on my laptop. And while I'm on my laptop, I can look right out at that gorgeous, gorgeous view. But let's say I wanted to print something. Do you think I'm going to put an ugly printer in this beautiful office? Of course I am. One simple press, and voila, a printer. And for a couple more spaces on this middle floor, I want to show you the powder room and this little art space leading into it. This used to just be a closet. We created a cabinet on the bottom with a granite top. We arched the drywall and filled it in and paneled the back wall. This gave us a perfectly gorgeous backdrop for this beautiful bronze statue of our client from the Olympics. Have the same vanity that we had in the beginning, but it's been ghost coated in the richer color. We changed out the faucets to be oil rub bronze, and we used a mirror the client already had. Grayson added some stain to it to kind of warm it up. Beautiful sconces with the crystals that are inlaid inside, and this absolutely gorgeous wallpaper. Looks like leather and adds a lot of texture to the room. Now let me tell you something. I have always wanted to do a library table, have never done one in a project before. I love the idea of books, all on top of a table, stacked, and then some cool little memorabilia on top, like these crystals, which really are beautifully her. This piece of sea glass. Isn't this pretty? I have a place to sit right here that has this fabulous geode and the twig table, which I absolutely love. And this is a place where you can pick up a book and you can talk to a friend or you can read. There are a lot of places in this house where a person can read. And on into the living room. Love the gorgeous velvet chenille fabric. The colors are very, very neutral. And these are two identically shaped and sized sofas, which is surrounded by a beautiful fireplace built in and the television. Isn't it beautiful? It's a leather finish and it is just a combination of colors that is so pretty. When I saw the slab in the slab yard, I thought, that shouldn't be on a countertop, that should be on a wall. I took all the drywall out of this fireplace area and I added floating shelves and a stained background. I put one light at the top and each of my shelves graduates out. That allows the light to graze the fronts of every single shelf. We turned this into a bar area. We made it accessible for different times of the year. Let's say you don't want to have a bar in this area. Well, guess what? This thing is on rollers and it moves easily. Let's say we want to put the Christmas tree here. Well, we can get rid of the bar or we can move it over for a party or we can move it into the center section. We made use of the fact that there is a natural light coming in through this window here, and we put in mirror and glass shelves where her baccarat crystal could be displayed. We were able to take these cabinets into a much richer state by ghost coating them with a rich chocolate stain. I came across this particular stone. It is granite, but mixed in it in a high concentration is quartz. Quartz is so beautiful and it's transparent. So we lit the island. It's wondrous. That is a wondrous chandelier over this island. And we needed the right thing because hello, it is in competition with the bocce chandelier in the stairwell. This is actually this beautiful, beautiful pattern, and it's laser etched in stone. I showed this to someone, they thought it was wallpaper. This is not wallpaper, this is stone, you guys. Oh, and then look, we did a custom range hood in brass and in stainless. Looking at the before pictures of this dining room, one would wonder, what was the contractor thinking? A booth that doesn't look at the view? Is this not the $1 million view? Do you think I'm gonna stick a printer on top of this gorgeous piece of furniture? Absolutely not. Here's what I am gonna do though. Hello, well, junk, but it's junk now, but it's gonna be a printer.